Gotta go in. Looks as though he has something to say. Alright, go ahead. My lord, Count much desire to speak with you regarding your time with Lord Artorial and Hemenelin. If you would remain here for a moment. Yes.
The hero returns. I cannot thank you enough for saving young Emanelane's life. Aye, he told me everything. I've also received letters from both House Zamail and Durandare praising your conduct, and that of House Forton. You've won us much honor, my friend.
My lord!
What is it? Speak.
Pray forgive the intrusion, my lord, but I bring grave tidings. Master Alphino and Mistress Tataru have been detained on suspicion of fomenting heresy.
What? How's that possible?
What? Explain.
They were observed entering a tavern in the lower levels on some half-dozen occasions. There, it is claimed, they made a number of inquiries. Inquiries which brought them into contact with certain, elements. 'Twas this which prompted a Knight of the Heavens Ward to demand that they be questioned. Sir Grinno, my lord.
Sir Grinno is a brute. An exceedingly accomplished brute, but a brute nonetheless. Alas, he is also a son of House Zamail. How quickly we forget the petty nature of men. I'd wager your friends are no more than pawns in another of my countrymen's games. Such is the way of things between the high houses.
Though you have won the hearts and minds of many of my countrymen, there are those who will never be swayed. Men who will dismiss your efforts and resent your successes, even as we celebrate them. It's like that one such member of House Zizamel is manipulating Sir Grinno, for he is not a man of dabble in politics of his own volition. You may generally believe your friends to be guilty, though I'm quite certain his masters know better. Yet the truth will avail us not if we cannot prove their innocence. You do well to speak with Sir Emmerich at the congregation of our knights, most heavenly. He will know more of these charges. Alright. Speak to Emmerich. Yes. Word of their decay reached us while I was delivering my report on the Vatican Primal. Truly, I know not which is the more ludicrous, these charges or the flying fettered well. That Sir Grino's accusations are baseless, I have no doubt. Refuting them will be difficult, however, as he is a knight of the heavens ward. Speak of the personal guard of the Archbishop, the 12 finest knights in the all of Ishgard sworn to serve his eminence alone. Suffice to say, their testimony is unimpeachable, and I have not the authority to challenge their actions. After all the Scions have done, routing the heretics and defeating Shiva, helping us to defend the steps of fate, and drive back to the Dravanian horde, after proving themselves true allies on countless occasions, is there naught we can do? I fear there is but one path left to us. We must demand a trial by combat. But, of course. True, regardless of the petitioner's standing. There's guardian law. The trial combat pits the accuser against the accused. In this instance, Master Alphino and Mistress Aether will be expected to face Sir Grino and the second of his choosing. Another knight of the heavens ward, most likely. Two of them, by the Fury, that can hardly be considered fair. Master Alphino's magical talents will not have gone unnoticed, meaning that he will have no choice but to participate. Mistress Aether, on the other hand, is quite obviously bereft of martial skills, and should be afforded the right to name a champion to fight in her stead. Lest you doubt, I am ready and willing to serve in this capacity, as I am sure is Lord Hartrafon. But all here present know that you are the most accomplished warrior among us, and mayhap in the realm at large. Then it is settled. I will visit Master Alphino at once and inform him of our intentions. Meet me at the tribunal when you have made ready. Until then, my friend. Hartrafon. Listen carefully. When the trial began, the petitioners will be asked to restate his charges, and the accused invited to respond. Then, according to the law, they will be asked to restate their request for trial by combat. Once the High Judiciary acknowledges Mr. Aether's right to name a champion, that is when you must make your entrance. Oh, I cannot wait to see the look of Sir Grino's face when he sees his true opponent. It will be priceless. More seriously, should you begin to lose heart, look to me in the stands, and I shall cheer so loud you will wonder how you could ever have contrived to doubt yourself. Now, are you ready? Yes. Things are going down. We're gonna stop them. They want to execute Alphino and Tataru? We're gonna stop the execution. No one executes my friends.
We are gathered here today under the watchful gaze of the Fury to ascertain the guilt of 2 souls in a trial by combat. Petitioners, step forward. Sir Grino, for the benefit of all here present, I would ask you to repeat the charges which you have leveled against this man and this woman.
Sir, these charges are fraudulent. Alphino and Tataru are not heretics, okay? I'm gonna stop this execution.
I, Sir Grinno de Zemile, brother of the Heavens Ward, did bear witness to these two foreigners consorting with heretics.
Let the accused step forward. Alphino Leveilleur, Tataru, you have heard the charges leveled against you. Will you take up arms to refute Sir Grinno's claim, and thereby prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men?
I, Alphino Leveilleur, am innocent of this charge, and claim my right to trial by combat.
I, Tataru, am innocent of this charge. But I am no warrior and cannot fight. So, I claim the right to name a champion.
To the old and the infirm, the young and the weak, this right we allow. Very well. Who will stand for this woman?
Just as I was beginning to doubt the efficacy of the Ishgardian justice system. Come, my friend. Let us put an end to this mummer's farce.
Alright, trial by combat it is then.
O Halone, render unto us your judgment. Raise up the righteous, and cast down the wicked.
I'll teach them accusing us for no reason. I'll teach them trying to accuse us for no reason. They'll learn their lesson.
I have my pride.
Got you now. Down with you!
Oh, come on. Save on that. There we go. Okay, we won! The Fury has spoken. Afno Levaya, Tataru, you are hereby acquitted of all charges. Blessed are we who received her wisdom and see justice wrought by a divine hand. Petitioners accused, go forth in peace. Delivered from untimely demise yet again. My thanks as always. By the Fury, what a splendid victory, to see how you strove in the face of adversity. Two brave young souls, bound together by the prison bonds of camaraderie. Why, it stirred me to the very depths of my soul. Having been treated to such a rousing spectacle, it's only right that I present you with the humble token of my admiration. Pray receive me this chocobo whistle. Chocobo whistle? With it, you may summon a black chocobo, fully trained and ready to fly. What say you? Will you take her for your steed? Yeah, sure. I have obtained Black Chocobo. When riding this mount, you will have the ability to fly, provided certain conditions have been met. You have to find all Aether currents. Okay. In order to attune to some Aether currents, you will need to complete certain quests. However, most can be discovered via exploration. To aid you in this endeavor, you also have obtained an Aether compass, which will provide you with both the bearing and distance to the nearest Aether current. Should you lose this compass, you may speak to Sir Gilberlon at the Forgotten Night to obtain another. To review progress, select Travel from the main menu, followed by Aether currents. Travel, right? They said travel, right? On the main menu? Where the heck is travel? Travel. Oh, there's travel. Travel. Aether currents. Do I have to find Aether currents to be able to fly? Okay. There's no information displayed. Okay. Oh yeah, I have to use my chocobo whistle first. Chocobo whistle. Oh, my inventory is getting full. My inventory is pretty much full. I should probably put some at my... It's the stuff I don't need in my... Things you could do with a well-deserved rest. Alright. Lectures are well and good, but the true reward for your effort is the exoneration of your comrades. You shall be released upon the completion of certain minor formalities, which I mean to see personally. In the meantime, pray return to 4 Temps Manor. The Count has done so already, and will doubtless be eager to discuss today's events. Yes. Speak with Edmund. Go back to the manor and talk to Edmund. Yep, and go inside, yes. Hello, Count Edmund Fortemps. Yes, setting my comrades free. Confess, I dare fear for your safety, which is not to say I doubted your prowess, you understand? I merely knew the strength of your opponents. Ahem, you have a habit of exceeding my expectation. Listening to the Heaven's Word, all the cities alike looked on by the fury. Anyone who hasn't been paying attention to you will surely do so from now on. My lord. Request the presence of Mistress John. An invitation from the Archbishop? What an honor. Personal summons is indeed a great honor, and given recent events, you would be wise not to delay. Go, Mr. Shan, we shall speak anon. Grease will be waiting for you outside the vault. Identify yourself to him, and he will escort you inside. Guardian Priest, we are honored to receive you. This way.
Your Eminence, it is my honor
to present to you the Warrior of Light.
I have heard the tales of your many grand endeavors. The Lord Commander has also been most effusive in his praise. I am Thorin VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, and I bade you come here that I might offer my personal apologies. You will forgive me for not calling upon you as courtesy would dictate, but as you can see, my more sprightly days are long behind me. But I digress. Your companions were wrongly accused of heresy and subjected to gross indignities. This, I am sorry to say, was the result of negligence on the part of our nation's protectors. Negligence born of an excess of zeal. Is that not so, Sir Zephyrin?
Yes, Your Eminence. Regrettably, it would appear that we of the Heavens Ward were in receipt of erroneous information. Sir Grinno has ever been headstrong. He pressed charges before the truth had been ascertained, for which I most sincerely apologize.
An unfortunate misunderstanding born of an earnest desire to serve Ishgard, but one which should never have occurred. For who could doubt the character of those who bested Shiva and drove the Horde from the steps of faith? Not I. That much is certain. That will be all, Sir Zephyrin. I would speak with our guest in private.
Your Eminence? As you wish, Your Eminence. That will be all for today.
Privacy is a luxury rarely afforded one in my position. Now tell me, young lady, what do you know of the Ascians? Much and more, I shouldn't wonder. Being the bringer of light. You should know that I myself have met with them. Have entertained them as guests, even. Those harbingers of chaos and strife offered us power that we might continue our war against the dragons. I have no intention of aiding their cause, of course, nor less of being their puppet. Yet, were I to refuse them outright, I should learn naught of their true objectives and remain powerless to stop them. Thus have I hearkened to their words with interest and paid lip service to their beliefs, biding my time and preparing for the inevitable conflict. And why do I tell you this? Because there is naught in this world they fear more than the power of the Warrior of Light. If we are to rid ourselves of these vile interlopers, we must needs work together. With our combined strength, I have faith that we can wrest Eorzea from their grasp and pave the way for a lasting peace.
Alright then. Oh, there we go. Speak about foul from the Fortress Manor. Alright. Let's go talk to Alpha now and tell him what happened with the Archbishop. Shall I show you inside the manor? Yes.
you are. I confess I was more than a little concerned when I learned that you had been summoned to the vault. What did they want with you? Well, well. A formal apology and an admonishment of those responsible. I see my fears were wholly misplaced. By the gods! The Archbishop freely admits to consorting with Ascians. So, their ambitions extend to Ishgard as well. We will have new primals to contend with ere long, of that you may be certain. 'Tis but a matter of time. Yet shorn of the support of our missing allies, what can we realistically hope to achieve?
In the midst of all the excitement, I completely forgot to tell you. When I was asking around about the Scions, I heard the most awful rumor. General Rauburn is to be executed for crimes against the Sultanate!
If the Flame General dies, we will lose a staunch ally, and the one man capable of holding the Sultana's assassins to account. Lord Orchiphon was wise to counsel restraint, but this business will brook no delay. We cannot permit this execution to take place. We must save Rauburn.
It's not Rauburn is in trouble. Wow. We're gonna be trying to stop people from getting executed all over the place, aren't we? So it's just share its plan for action rescuing Rauburn, alright. As for urgency, it would avail us little charge in letting the load out plan. Before we can formulate a plan, however, we must first learn how things in the Sultanate, which is why I propose we visit Limsa Laminsa. You heard me right? While you were your extra and altruistic endeavors, I acted as intermediary in trade negotiation between House Fortams and Limsa Consortium. Through extenuation and opportunity, sent word to the Admiral, President himself, and I duly seized it. I'm happy to report that we have yet a stout ally in Limsa. The Admirable has pledged her full cooperation in an effort to rescue Rauburn. Accordingly, I have agreed to meet with her that we might discuss how best to proceed. Naturally, I told her to expect us both. Your presence never fails me, embolden our allies. After all, when you arrive in Limsa, make yourself known to Sergeant Zantiel at Bulwark Hall on the lower decks. He will admit you to the bridge. Yes. Right, onwards to Limsa Laminsa. Now let's talk to Storm Sergeant. Say the word and I will take you. Yes, let's go talk to the Admiral.
Friends, 'tis good to see you safe and well. I will admit I had not counted on you seeking, let alone finding refuge within the Holy See, but full glad was I to learn that you had.
Thankfully, we had allies there who took us under their wing, and theirs was not the only aid we receive, I suspect. When we fled Uldar, we fully expected to become wanted men, known to all and hounded at every turn. Yet that did not come to pass. On the contrary, 'twould seem the charges against us have not been made public. Might we have you to thank for that, Admiral?
Sharp as ever, Master Alphino. On Marshal Terrapin's urging, the Elder Seed Seer and I demanded that the Syndicate suppress news of the Scion's alleged crimes until such time as irrefutable evidence could be found. Our argument was simple. Lacking proof, to accuse the saviors of the realm of so unlikely a crime would have the people up in arms. In their wisdom, the Syndicate agreed, as you yourself have seen. There is something you should know. Some few days prior to the banquet, the Elder Seedseer and I were summoned for a private audience with the Sultana. There, she revealed her intent to announce her abdication, that she might pave the way for the establishment of an Uldan Republic.
What? But such an announcement would have plunged the entire nation into chaos.
She was well aware of that. 'Twas for fear of what might ensue that she summoned us. Her Grace wanted the Elder Seedseer and I to lend Rauban a helping hand, you see? To aid him in preserving the peace during the transition.
So, having somehow caught wind of her plan, Lolorito and Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination in the hope of maintaining the constitutional status quo. But they must have known that her death would sow as much chaos as her abdication. Chaos from which Teleji alone might feasibly stand to profit. Surely Lolorito would never knowingly... Ah, could it be? I dare not hope.
The Uldan authorities have yet to announce the Sultana's passing. To allay any suspicion that may arise from Her Grace's absence, they have issued a statement to the effect that she is presently convalescing from illness.
Mayhap they're waiting for a fitting moment to break the news. Or mayhap they know of some other reason to delay.
Something else has been bothering me, Admiral. I was dismayed to learn that General Rauban is to be executed. Yet upon hearing the news, I could not help but wonder why he had been kept alive for so long. Pray mistake not my meaning. I am, of course, overjoyed that our friend still draws breath, and that he might yet be saved. But if his enemies truly wished to eliminate him, they could have done so immediately. I see no reason for this delay.
Aye, you've struck upon an important point, Master Alphino. Following his capture, Rauban had been held in the Marasaja pit within Uldar. In recent days, however, he has reportedly been moved to an unknown location. Queerly, 'twas not the brass blades who spirited him away either, but a band of soldiers decked in blue.
The Crystal Braves.
Aye. If I read the winds aright, the arrangement between Lord Lolorito and the Braves has come under strain. At any rate, if we're to rescue Rauban, we'll have to find him first. And you'll be glad to hear that I have already entrusted the task to those best able to see it done. Our friends of Doma.
For a bunch of rebels, vital to build an alliance. We can ill afford to lose them. But I could not send troops into Ulda. It would spell the end of the alliance and war. Like as not, if there is to be a rescue, it falls to you and your attempts to attempt it. I would not have it any other way, Admiral. It was I who founded the Crystal Braves, and I must take responsibility for their actions. Spoken like a true leader, Mr. Alphino. By the way, As a first step, you should seek out our Doman contact. You will find her among the frontier hands at Revenant's Toll, working in the kitchen. She should be in here, right? Pretty cool kitchen, if you ask me. Oh. Out of here any moment now. Alright, is she in here, or am I in the right place, or is it higher up? Should be in the right place. Yeah, this is the right place, right? In the other room. Yeah, I'm confused. Is it this room or the other room? This does not look like the kitchen. Maybe the other room? Over here? No. Here? Oh, upstairs, maybe. Maybe upstairs, yeah. Probably upstairs. There it is. There she is. In my heart that you're safe, but to see you again in the flesh. Words cannot express my relief. We must fix true feast taking place. Crystal Blade turned upon us and took the rising stone by force. Amid the chaos, some few of my contractors and I were able to slip away unnoticed. Since then, we have remained in Revenant's Toll, keeping watch over the mitten years while waiting your return. You have done well by us, and we Domans do not soon forget our debts. We swear to do all within our power to aid you. The group is eager to assist you. Shortly before you arrived, I received word from Linsa Melissa that you were searching for General Robon. As General will have it informed, he was recently moved from his cells to the Maresha pit. At the same juncture, Hassan, a third unit, is observing leaving the rising stones. This can be no simple coincidence. The purpose, we believe, is to escort the Flame General to the scene of his execution. Suffice to say, we have people shadowing the third. If you would join the hunt, please speak to Dolan or the High Bridge, where I to invite. We just want to stop his execution. So it's all the way over there. The High Bridge. I have been expecting you. Time is of the essence, so I shall be direct. Hassan and his men are bound for Hatalatili. We believe that this is where they intend to carry out the execution. Hosen is presently keeping watch over the entrance. Let us make haste and join him. It's in Halatili. Halatali, alright. Let's go check that out. It's all over there. Let's search for Robon. come at a good time, my friends, but moments ago the traitor Ilbert arrived and entered Halatali. From this we may be certain that General Raban is being held within. Hosen will brief you on the mission to rescue Raban. There's no time to lose. General Aelden may be executed at any moment. You must enter Halatali and free him from his captors. Please see to your preparations and tell me when you are ready to proceed. One of our own will accompany you inside. Let's go.
Pray, forgive me my lateness.
Lady Ugiri!
Master Alphinaud, I am pleased to see that the light of resolve shines in your eyes once more.
Ah, yes. How pathetic I must have seemed to you when we last met. I am ashamed to record it. For a time I was well and truly lost. But with the aid of my comrades, I have since refound my purpose, and I shall take care not to misplace it again.
Since your escape from Ul'dah, my fellow shinobi and I have shadowed the Crystal Braves every step, in hopes of learning the Scion's whereabouts. Regrettably, our investigation has yet to yield any useful information. Pray, forgive us.
You need not apologize, my lady. We are grateful for all that you have done on our behalf. Besides, Ralban is no less a friend, and we cannot well abandon him to his fate.
Hosen, the three of us shall attend to the Flame General's rescue. Pray, draw away the guards by the entrance. Take Dowade and Higiri with you. With me!
Let's go. Take the lead? Alright, I'll take the lead. Big giant balls of death. We're so brave.
Away with you!
Come on, gotta go save Robon. Gotta go save Robon. You don't want Robon to be assassinated. You don't want that. That would be the worst part. The worst thing happened. Come on, there we go. Jumpy, 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 jumpy. Where's the bears? summon my... Can I summon my companion in here, actually? Oh, I can't. Okay. I was wondering. You guys coming? Oh, is that Robon? Yeah, that is Robon. Robon! These are his captors. Let me take a look at this. Oh, they tied him up to an anvil. Yeah, he's tied up to an anvil and there's a shield around him so he can't see him. Well, we have to fight a boss here. He is bound by some manner of magitech, yet I dare not force it open. It may well be a booby trap. I have heard of such a device. The crystal bracelet possesses a key. Let us split up and look for it. That will not be necessary. Pray do not keep it personally, my friends. You are the victims of harsh economic conditions. Happily, you will not suffer for long. This poison will convey you swiftly unto the bosom of Tau, where I hope to join you after passing off many prosperous years. Poison? What are you talking about? Oh no. It's a trap, isn't it? Shit. Okay, you have to stop the poison. Poison in the same. Feel him a little bit, kind of. Person rescue. I have to run after you. You have to? Is that what happens? You have to go run after him? Yuhase, come back here. Yuhase, you come back here. Where are you? Show the source of the mist. Alright. Find where the poison is coming from. The purple, the green poison. We have to hurry up. We're timed on this. It's at the entrance, isn't it? Oh, that must be it. back to Roban. Find the key. Okay, we have to find the key first. Okay, where's the key? Oh, it must be over here then. Identification key, there we go. Identification key for the magic detector device. Key ticket to Roban. Alright. Let's go back to Roban real quick. There it is. Actually, device. Thanks. My thanks. Slowly, Journal. You are yet weak from your ordeal. Nevertheless, we must quit this place. I should have known. What our clever contrivances the warrior of life. Well done, hero. Snowbird. You mean to struggle on them? Very well, you would stand in my way, and I will cut you down like the rest. Come, Scions, let's get this over with.
It is nothing.
Tear you limb from limb.
Come here, you traitor.
This changes nothing.
It is over, Ilberd. Lay down your arms and surrender yourself to justice.
Justice? Justice for what exactly? 'Twas not I who assassinated the Sultana, boy.
Ere we debate who is responsible for the assassination, I would ask whether an assassination took place at all.
Oh, clever little shite. If you think you fight for justice, lass, you best wake up. The truth is, you fight for whoever bloody well tells you to. Can you not see you're being used by the Scions, the City-States, even the Crystal Braves? They none of them care a whit what you want, only what you can do for them. And how do I know this? Because I'm the same. A pawn to be used as my masters see fit. All I ever wanted was to liberate my homeland, and I ate dirt to make it happen. But what have I achieved after all these years in servitude? Nothing. Not a bloody thing. If we ourselves are not free, free to think and to act, how are we ever to reclaim our homeland? Know this. There is nothing I would not give to take back Alamigo. Nothing!
You'll not get away!
No, Master Alpha, no. Now is not the time.
Well, at least we got a Robon.
I'm but a cripple and a fool. And still you came for me. I'm in your debt.
We are all of us fools of fate, General. But even fools have a part to play.
On your feet, Gladiator. This fight is not over.
Rest assured, I was not planning to die till I'd avenged the Sultana. Still, your words are welcome, lass. Know this, Ilberd. There is nothing I would not give to see you pay for what you've done. My wealth, my arm, my life. Nothing.
General, are you aware that Lord Lolorito has yet to announce the Sultana's death to the public?
What? No. No, I was not aware of that, nor of anything else outside my cell. 'Tis passing strange, though. I assumed the bastard would make it known at the first opportunity, and set about tearing down the Sultanate.
As did we all. And it is indeed strange that he did not. Strange, or perhaps revealing. Now, I have no conclusive proof, nor do I wish to give you false hope, but I have reason to believe that Her Grace may yet live.
What? But how can that be?
Forgive me, friends, but it is not safe here. Let us continue this conversation without...
Alright, Doer. How are you doing, Doer? The journal is safe. What news without? My lady, the guards have been subdued, as per your command. We have since kept watch over the entrance. There has been no further activity. Then Ilberd and his minions have fled via some other egress. Scour the perimeter for signs of their passing. At once, my lady. General Aldem, I presume, in the signs of 7th Dawn. Who are you? Who are you, and identify yourself. Pray do not be alarmed. My mistress is a friend, and I come bearing a message of goodwill. For your own safety, she bade me direct your steps to the Waking Sands. Know that Master Uranja awaits you there, along with the others sympathetic to your cause. There is no ruse, I assure you. General Alden, if you would come with me, I have prepared a carriage, that you may travel in comfort, safe from prying eyes. And who is your mistress, sir? He did not answer us about who's his mistress. I've spoken with Yonje, it'll be a link while he confirms the man's story. Robon's in safe hand. Let us make our way to Vesper Bay. Turn to Waking Sands, alright. Alright, let's go to the Waking Sands then. I can teleport there with one of these, I think. There we go, teleport Waking Sands. Alright, to the Waking Sands, let's go.
My dearest friends, praise be unto the 12 for delivering you from the clutches of treachery.
Father!
Oh, so Pippin is his son then. Well, his adopted son, right?
My son. And Master Papashan besides.
Forgive me, Father. I should have been at Her Grace's side.
Save your tears. The Sultana yet lives.
You.
It was I who arranged this gathering. And judging by your perplexed expressions, it would seem introductions are in order. I am Dulala, head of the Order of Noldthor, and member of the Syndicate.
Yeah, I remember you from when you were doing the vote back in Around Reborn.
What you said about the Sultana, is it true? Is she alive?
Young lady, I understand you were with the Sultana when she drank from the poisoned goblet and collapsed. Would I be correct in assuming that you did not personally verify Her Grace's vital signs?
Why ask when 'tis plain you know the answer?
Calm yourself, General, and let me finish. The truth is not as you imagine it. You are all victims of a most ingenious ruse. A ruse conceived to eliminate the threat posed by Teleji Adeleji. 'Tis my belief that Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination alone, but that Lolorito caught wind of his plot and exploited it to his own ends. He sought to manipulate you into eliminating Teleji for him, and you duly obliged. At one fell swoop, he removed his two foremost rivals, all the while remaining above suspicion.
God strike me down for a fool. But the Sultana, how can it be that she lives?
She lives because Lolorito willed it. Her own lady-in-waiting is but one of his many little birds. By her sleight of hand, the poison was switched for a less deadly draught before it could reach her mistress's lips.
Some manner of sedative, perchance, of a potency sufficient to induce a slumber like unto death.
Were I to guess, I would say Her Grace is being held somewhere, dreaming dreams of a brighter Uldar, even as we speak.
Oh, Nanamo. I will never forgive Lolorito for his part in this.
Though Lolorito's hands are far from clean, they did pluck Her Grace from the jaws of death. That must count for something. And though one may call the man's methods into question, it cannot be denied that he knows the value of stability, to the very gill, like as not. He craves power, 'tis true, but he has no desire to depose the Sultana. I had never taken sides in your feud with the monetarists, but it was not for want of concern for our nation's welfare. Indeed, 'twas out of the desire to see order restored that I furnished your Far Eastern friends with information and arranged this gathering. I hope you are ready to work, General, for there is much work to be done. Our first priority must be to bring matters back into balance. Lest you forget Her Grace's words, the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. As for the more worldly kind of wealth, I am content to let Lolorito help himself to whatever Teleji Adeleji left behind. You, meanwhile, must do that which you alone can do. Rescue Her Grace and take your place at her side once more, for her sake and that of our nation.
I had not counted on Prioress Dulala herself at bringing my defense. My suspicion regarding the Sultana proved more prescient. Much remains to be done, but in rescuing Roban, we have taken a vital first step towards resolving matters in Ulda. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. Which one do I want? Casting healing. Let's get one. If I was distracted by a call, it's not. Tataro, yes, General Roban is now in safe hands. On another assault? Very well, we shall return at once. Pray notify the Count of our coming. It would seem we face another crisis. The Dravanians are preparing to resume their siege of the Holy See. Though I am loath to abandon the Sultana to her face, we lack the necessary evidence to act upon Dulala's claims. That being the case, I propose we leave Marshal Tarupin and the others to investigate, and return with all haste to Ishgard. Sorry for cutting your room with General Bond short. I wouldn't have bothered you, but it seems I've watched rumors of another Dravanian attack, and Lord Archifon is desperate to get a hold of you. Enter Fordham's Manor, alright. Yes, let's go. My friend, I thank you for answering our call with such clarity. As I am sure you are now aware, the Dravanians are once more gathering for war. This really was our apologize for this abrupt summons, but we thought it was best to have Mustish contact you the most direct means available. An observatory on Velbel's told us this warning that cannot be ignored. The Holy See has ordered that we make ready for battle. In case you haven't heard, a band of trappers returning from the west claimed they saw a cloud of dragons big enough to dim the midday sky. Hogs minions gather once more for war. But I would not have you take up arms in our combat. When first you came to Ishgard, I offered you my protection. I cannot ensure you safety here. I cannot well accept your aid, much less ask of it. Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are faced with a choice, to remain in besiege Ishgard or seek sanctuary elsewhere. I will not presume to influence your decision, but I ask that you make it swift, lest our enemies force your hand. Alfie. Though we flee to the ends of the world, it would seem that no place in this troubled age is free of strife. Once more the horde descends upon Ishgard. Once more her weary defenders must take up spear and bow. The Count would have us seek shelter from the storm, but I, for one, grow tired of running. If we are to shine the light of dawn, we must do so in the sight of our fellow men. What you say, you? Wait, can I actually answer? Let's do fight. Let it never be said that we never abandon our alliance in our hour of need. Let's go. The choice we make this day may have great implications for our order. It is only right that Tataro should have a say. Come, let us all meet outside. Pretty cool.
Ishgard cannot well endure another assault. Even should her knights succeed in turning back the Horde, the casualties will be catastrophic.
But what other choice do we have? It's not like we can talk it over with them. Dragons and men aren't exactly on speaking terms.
With certain notable exceptions.
You don't mean Iceheart?
When last you spoke with her, she lamented her crimes, did she not? Then there remains a sliver of hope. If we can persuade Iceheart to act as our intermediary, we may yet be able to convince Nidhogg to abandon his bloody course.
If there is to be a meeting, I would accompany you.
Estinian.
Even with your intermediary, Nidhogg's blood rage may render him deaf to reason. However, the mere attempt may afford our forces precious time to prepare. Of course, you might also consider a more direct approach to ending this conflict. With the power of the Eye at my disposal, and the vaunted strength of the Warrior of Light, we could conceivably slay the beast outright.
If we are to risk a face-to-face meeting with the Dread Worm, I for one would feel safer in the company of the Azure Dragoon. However, I should only turn to your lance if my words failed to find their mark. Is that clear?
Perfectly. I shall assume that Iceheart enjoys similar diplomatic protection until instructed otherwise. A word of advice. Think carefully before divulging the particulars of this plan to Sir Emeric. 'Twould not do to have the Lord Commander accused of consorting with heretics.
Indeed. I thank you for your counsel, Estinian. We shall be honored to have you with us.
I am glad to be of service.
Chosen difficult world, yet even should we succeed in winning Iceheart to our cause, our plans for parley would swiftly come for naught would the Holy See decide to strike us first against the Horde. We must petition the Lord Commander's aid ere we set forth. We only hope that Sir Emeric will be willing to muzzle Ishgar's forces on the strength of our vague assurance. Ezreal, I would ask that you remain at Fort Thames Manor and inform the Count of our decision. Tell him the signs of Seven Dawn mean to do all in their power to ensure that Ishgard and her people survive. Yes, sir. Alright, continue this next time on Final Fantasy XIV. Look at this giant crystal, pretty crystal. Alright, continue this next time on Final Fantasy XIV. Gonna try, may probably stop a war between the Ishgardians and the... Yeah, we're probably gonna be able to stop a war. I don't know, we'll figure something out. See you guys next time on Final Fantasy XIV.